Okay, this next lesson is on converting between fractions and decimals. So fraction to a decimal we'll start off with, and there are a couple ways to do this. I'm going to show you with 80 over 100. Now, the key to this is 80 over 100, I already know what the decimal place is because I have two zeros here, and I'm going to move these two decimal places 2 times. So the actual decimal is decimal 8. And that's converting that fraction to decimal. Once you get it to 100, it's really quite simple. So in this situation, I want to get all the denominators to 100. So how do I get 50 to 100? Well, I know that 50 times 2 equals 100. So I'm going to multiply that by 2. Whatever I do to the numerator or the denominator, I have to do to the numerator. So I know that's 30 over 100. Now, there's 2 zeros, which means if this is 30 decimal 000, I have to move that over, so I know that now I've got a decimal 30. What about the 10 over 20? I know that 20 times 5 equals 100. 10 times 5 equals 50. 10 over 20 is the same as 1/2. I know that it is also 50 over 100, which goes into 2 zeros, move the decimal place 2 places, I got a decimal 50. 6 over 10. 10 times 10 equals 100. 10 times 6 equals 60. So now I got 60 over 100. That's a 0. Decimal, move it twice because there's 2 zeros, equals decimal 60. So the first option is to get everything to 100. If you know you can make that work, then you just use the decimal places and you are good to go. You can also do it with the 10. I just wanted to show you that, but I've got the 10 here, which means I have 1 decimal place, which means I move it once, which equals decimal 6. But for the sake of this lesson, I wanted to show you that. There's another way. Or I got 10 over 20, which we all know is actually equal to 1/2. But we're not going to worry about that right now. I'm going to show you if I take these two numbers and create a division question out of it, I can find the decimal place for it. So I'm going to find out how many times the 20 goes into the 10. I know it doesn't go into the 10 at all, so there's 0. So 20 goes into 100, though, 5 times, because 20 times 5 equals 100. So put the 5 here. Now, 5 times 20 equals 100. We all know I subtract after that. I have 0. I have my decimal. Decimal 5. We all know that 1/2 is decimal 5, so that's the way I double check that. So divide the two numbers together, but the 6 and the 5, always put the numerator inside the division brackets. So 6 goes into 5 0 times. 6 goes into 50. Well, I know that 6 times 10 equals 60. 6 times 9 equals 54. So 6 times 8 equals 48. There it is. I know that the 8 goes in because I can't go over. So I'm going to put an 8 there. 8 times 6 is 48. Subtract these two numbers, get a 2. Bring down the 0. 6 goes into 20 how many times? Well, I know 6 times 3 is 18. So I'm going to put the 3 up there. 6 times 3 is 18. 3 times 6 equals 18. 20 subtract 18 equals 2. Oh, and those zeros, there's unlimited zeros here. You can keep bringing them down, but you're going to find that your answer is that there means it continues. So decimal 8333 continued, but you can just do a couple 3s, and then that's good. So I know that 5 over 6 is equivalent or equal to decimal 833. Okay, so that's a second way to find decimal. Let's do one more. So 5 on the outside, put the numerator inside the divisional brackets. 5 goes into 30 6 times. So 6 times 5 is 30. 0. Decimal place goes up. So I know that 3 over 5 is equivalent to the decimal 0.6. Okay? Good. Now decimals into fractions. I have 0.5. Now, I have 1 place behind the decimal. So in this situation, I know, and this is something we did early in the year, that that is equivalent to 1 0 in a fraction. So let's check it out. The 5 has to be the numerator. The denominator is determined by the places to the right of the decimal. So there's only one. So this is a 10, 5 over 10, because there's one decimal place after that. The next one, decimal 65. So decimal 65, there's 2 places here, so it's 65 over 100. There's 3 places here, so it's 421 over 1,000. And that's it. Take a look at some of the sheets that we have to do, and let me know if you have any questions.